Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel. This is a channel to impart Japanese lessons to the beginners of this language and talk everything about Japan and the Japanese culture. Today is lesson 59 of the series, Introduction to Tense, Past, Present and Future. Friends, if you are yet to subscribe this channel of Fundamental Japanese Learning, then do subscribe so that you stay informed of any new videos being uploaded to the channel. The URL is simple. It's youtube.com/at Saral Japani. That is SARALJAPANI. Okay, so let's get started with today's lesson. Lesson 59. Introduction to Tense, Past, Present and Future. Tense. What's that? A tense is a form of the verb that allows you to express time. The tense of the verb tells us when an event or something existed or when a person did something. Past, present, and future are the three main types of tenses. In other words, the root verb and the tense go hand in hand, and together they give meaning to the time of occurrence of an action. So this is what tense. So tense is nothing but it's the form of the verb on the basis of the occurrence of the event in time. Before going into the Japanese tenses, let's recap what we know about tenses in English. So we have past, present, and future tense, and there are several other variations as well, but the three basic are past simple, present simple, and future simple. If we take an example, then past tense is I ate, present is I eat, and future is I will eat. As simple as that. Then we have past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. And the corresponding example will be I was eating, I had eaten, and I had been eating, respectively. Likewise, we have present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. I am eating, I have eaten, I have been eating, and likewise the future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tenses. That is, I will be eating, I will have eaten, I will have been eating. Down the lessons in this course, the learner will gradually come to know how similar and different tenses are in Japanese from English. Since today is the first lesson on tenses, I would like to keep it pretty simple, friends, so that you don't get overwhelmed with new information which may not appear that simple. So to begin with, few basic things to be kept in mind with respect to tenses in Japanese. So the Japanese language does not have a future tense nor any perfect tenses unlike English grammar. So this is the fundamental difference of tense in Japanese than tense in English. Japanese tenses are much simpler in treatment as there are only two, the present tense and the past tense. The present tense is also used to express future events. So that means the same word or the same combination of the root verb with a suffix will be used to represent both present and future. Nevertheless, there are certain exclusive rules of tenses in Japanese that may appear unfamiliar with those in English. And in Japanese, tense is expressed as the conjugation of the main verb, which is also called the root verb or the stem, and an auxiliary verb, which is essentially a suffix to indicate its tense. So to begin with, we have the present tense and the past tense in Japanese, the two simplest forms. The present tense is used to talk about things that are happening currently, recurring actions, and all future events. So the basic structure of the present tense verb will be the base verb plus the auxiliary verb, which is essentially either u or ru. If we take an example, tabe. tabe is the base verb, which means to eat, and to represent the present tense or the future tense, we use ru as suffix. So taberu means I eat or I will eat. In the polite form, we have the base verb ending in e or a. For example, in tabe, we have e already. So this entire portion is tabe, but the auxiliary verb now becomes mas. Instead of ru, it becomes mas because it is the polite or the formal version of the verb. So taberu is informal and tabemas is formal. So this is a very basic understanding of how to write a verb along with its tense in Japanese for present and future tense. Tabemas. I eat, I will eat. The meaning is the same. Only thing is that it's a form. It's a very polite uh, expression. Then what's the past tense in Japanese? Past tense is used to talk about things that happened or were happening in the past. Here, the structure is the base verb plus the auxiliary verb, which is now ta or da instead of u or ru. So the past tense of the verb will end in either ta or da. So tabe ru becomes tabe ta. I ate. Tabeta. And the corresponding polite form or the formal form of the verb will be the base verb ending in e or a, just like the present and future tense, which is tabe here in this example, and the auxiliary verb gets changed from mas to mashta. Mashta. So what will be the example of in this example? What will be the corresponding verb in past tense? It will be tabe mashta. Tabe mashta means I ate. So taberu, tabeta, tabemas, tabemashita. Let's look at mas and mashita a bit more closely. Probably the first word that a foreigner starts saying after landing up on Japan is arigato gozaimasu, which means thank you. Although it appears to be very simple and the one of the most common words to be used by a foreigner in Japan, one gets easily confused when he comes to know that there is a past tense form of thank you as well in Japanese. So let's take a closer look at this angle. So the past tense form of arigato gozaimasu is obviously arigato gozaimashita, as we have seen the rule in the previous slide. Now, what's the difference between arigato gozaimasu and arigato gozaimashita? Both are thank you, but one is past tense, one is present tense. Arigato gozaimasu is the present tense and is used when you are thanking for something that will happen in future or for something that has just happened. For example, you would say arigato gozaimasu when someone is about to help you or someone has agreed to help you. This is the most common application of arigato gozaimasu. And arigato gozaimashita is the past tense form and is used when the action you are thanking for has already completed. For example, you would say arigato gozaimashita when you leave after being helped at a shop or when you write an email to someone who has already helped you and you are thanking later on. So this is unlike what we do in English and most of the other languages where we just use thank you or the corresponding word in a particular language, irrespective of the time of its occurrence. So it's thank you, be it present tense, past tense, it's the same thank you. But in Japanese, there are two forms of this arigato gozaimasu. Next is des. So this is again the most common verb of Japanese, which we use in like very frequently in our almost every conversation. So this is the verb which means am, are, is, or to be, or just to exist. Like as we say, this is some XYZ. So XYZ this. So let's take a look at some examples of the usage of this. in the form of present tense and future tense. Today is Sunday. Kyo wa nichiyobi desu. So you know already nichiyobi is Sunday. Today is Sunday. Kyo is today. Wa is the particle. Nichiyobi is Sunday. And des. So des here is this is. Today is Sunday. Kyo wa nichiyobi desu. Tomorrow is Monday. So this is now future. So future tomorrow is called ashita. Tomorrow the Japanese word is ashita wa getsuyobi. Getsuyobi is Monday des. So for both present and future we use the word des. Day after tomorrow is called asatte. Asatte wa kayobi desu. Kayobi is Tuesday. So asatte wa kayobi desu. Day after tomorrow is Tuesday. So this is in each of these three examples corresponds to this des. So this is the present or past tense form of the verb is. Now the past tense is definitely deshta. Mas is mashta. So des is definitely deshta and it represents was or were. Yesterday was Saturday. So what will be the sentence in Japanese? Kino wa doyobi deshita. Kino is yesterday, doyobi is Saturday, and deshita is was. Kino wa doyobi deshita. Day before yesterday was Friday. Day before yesterday is called ototoi in Japanese. So ototoi wa kinyobi deshita. Day before yesterday was Japanese Friday. Sorry. So to summarize the past, present, and future in terms of these days, so we have day before yesterday ototoi, yesterday kino, and both of these get associated with deshta because these are past tense forms and these are the adverbs which represents the past tense. Then comes today, which is kyo, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow are respectively ashta and asatte. So all these three are associated with des, which is the present and future tense of the verb. So in this way, these are the 5 time adverbs which we frequently use in Japanese language: ototoi, kino, kyo, ashita, and asatte. Let's look at some more examples. Is tomorrow a Thursday? So till now, the examples that we have seen, so those are all statements, but here it is a question. So we know that to ask a question in Japanese, we end the sentence with ka particle. So is tomorrow a Thursday? How shall we say this in Japanese? Ashita wa mokuyobi desu ka? Ashita wa mokuyobi desu ka? Ashita is tomorrow, mokuyobi is Thursday, and desu ka means is it? Is tomorrow a Thursday? Ashita wa mokuyobi desu ka? Now the answer. So now if the answer is to be in negative sense, then how do we say it in Japanese? We have done this in one of our previous lessons, the negative form of a sentence. So it is deva arimasen, means no, it's not. Tomorrow is not Thursday. Ashita wa mukyobi deva arimasen. Instead of des, it will be deva arimasen. So deva arimasen is the negative form of des. Ashita wa mukyobi deva arimasen. So in informal communication, so you need not say the entire sentence. You can just say deva arimasen. Is tomorrow a Thursday? Deva arimasen. No, it's not. Today is not Wednesday. Kyo wa suyobi deva arimasen. Day after tomorrow is a holiday. Asatte wa yasumi desu. Yasumi represents the holiday or a rest day. So yasumi, if you remember in one of our kanji lessons, we have discussed this kanji character, which is yasu, and which means to take rest. So if you look at this symbol closely, this is a person or a human, and this is a tree. So a human is leaning against a tree. That means he is taking rest, and this is the this is why this symbol has been adapted for to give the meaning of taking rest. So yasumi is a holiday or a rest day. So asatte wa yasumi des means day after tomorrow is a holiday. Yesterday was not a holiday. So now we have the past tense of the verb, and we also have a negative form of the statement. So Let's see how it goes in Japanese. Kino wa yasumi deva arimasen deshita. So deva arimasen becomes deva arimasen deshita. So this is both negative as well as past. So kino wa yasumi deva arimasen deshita. Yesterday was not a holiday. So friends, that's all for today. Hope you have liked this lesson. Do like the video and share your comments about it. I will see you again in the next video. Till then, thank you. Goodbye. Arigato gozaimasu. Mata imasho.